Hello my beauties, welcome back to Beauty from A to Z. Happy holidays. I'm sitting on the side over here so you can see my beautiful vanity, all Christmas and sparkly and fresh. But today I'm coming to you with a video all about affordable drugstore makeup brushes. I have never been a huge online shopper. I know you can get some really good deals on sites like Morphe and BH. I know you can get really good deals on Sigma, but even those sometimes can be a little too pricey. I want to show you my core brush set that you can get at local places where you live. I like to be able to just get in my car, go out and get it, not have to go online and wait for it. So that's just who I am. I know a few people like myself, but at the same time, these are all very affordable and comparable, in my opinion, to my high-end brushes. So let me just get right into it. First, we're going to talk about e.l.f. e.l.f. is kind of known for their brushes and the quality and how well they work. So these face brushes here are absolutely my ride or dies. I have this one is a newer one for me, the small tapered brush. It has a tapered end like that. These are all going to be nice and dirty because look at, what is that? Swatches? I don't even know. Anyway, these are all going to be nice and dirty because I use these on an everyday basis. This is great for setting under my eyes, under my contour. You could use this for blush. You could use this for almost anything. I love this. This is their blush brush. It fits just perfectly on your cheeks. Great for highlighter, blush, contour, all of those things. Their small stipple brush, this is a little gem. This is great for cream products, whether it's a highlighter or a blush, anything of the sort. And it's great for powder products as well. These brushes are great because they have so many functions and you can use them in so many different ways. This brush, the powder brush, it's basically like a flat top kabuki. It's $3, and before I could even afford Sigma, this was my foundation brush, and I said, you know what, let me use this for my foundation today and let me see if it still lives up to my standards. And I put my foundation on today with this brush and it worked fabulously for $3. They're selling this everywhere now. Target, I see it at CVS, Walgreens, I've seen e.l.f. products. So this is a great foundation brush, and obviously they call it the powder brush. You can use it for powder. It's got that sharp edge. You can contour with it. It's great. Also, speaking of contouring, the angled brush. This is what I use for my bronzer and contouring. Love these e.l.f. brushes. Can't say enough good things about them. And they're always coming out with new ones. This one, the pointed foundation brush, I will do my contouring with this. So get a really nice deep color with the small tip of this brush. Then I will bronze with this and just blend it all out all over my face and neck. It's the perfect combination for a contour. If you want to see a contouring video, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. Also, the Flawless Concealer brush. As you can see, this is very well used. I use it to blend out concealer. I also use it to set concealer. All these e.l.f. brushes, even their dollar brushes that have the white ferrule, those are great as well. There's a flat brush, a rounded end tapered brush. Those are all great. If you're on a budget, I would highly recommend e.l.f. products. You can find them anywhere. I would just Google it and see what store closest to you sells e.l.f. And you can get them online as well, eyeslipsface.com if you're an online shopper. So I just had to talk about e.l.f. Next, there are a few brushes from Wet n Wild. I just have this one right here with this green tip. This was only $1, and it's just a great standard brush to have when you're packing eyeshadow all over the lid. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but just to have a collection of brushes that you can rotate through, so when some are dirty, you can move to the clean ones and you're not constantly cleaning your brushes. I love this brush, and I have a few more from Wet n Wild that I have my eye on. I saw they're coming out with a new collection in 2016, which I'm super excited about, and you know I will let you guys know what I think of that. Next, this is kind of a given as well. Everybody on YouTube talks about this. This is Real Techniques. Now, all their brushes I've ever tried, I love. This I use for foundation. It blends things out so airbrushed and perfectly. This I use when I just want to do a quick bronze on my face, or sometimes I'll use it for blush too. This is what I use to highlight. So after I put on my blush, I just use this and go over the high points of my cheekbones, nose, Cupid's bow, collarbone, you know, wherever you want to highlight. But this is also, they call it their setting brush, I believe, and it's great for under eye setting. Any kind of small face work that you want to do could be great for contouring. This buffer brush is also comparable to this foundation brush. This I like to use particularly with cream bronzers. So it's got that, this has got the perfectly round shape, the one I use for foundation. And this has more, it's like an oval. I was gonna say a rounded rectangle. Yeah, that's pretty smart. An oval shape, so you can really get it into the crevices of your cheekbones, and it works fabulously. Again, they're really dense and just amazing. I love them. I love all of them the same. All my little baby brushes the same. This is, they call this the pointed foundation brush. This is great for concealer, just to dab it on quick, and if you want to blend it out with a beauty blender or whatever else you have. So Real Techniques, I would absolutely recommend them. They sell these at Ulta. They sell them at Target. I know, again, I've been seeing them a lot more places. Walmart has a huge selection of Real Techniques, so I would absolutely recommend them. Now that we're talking about Walmart, I also should mention EcoTools. I mean, EcoTools is like my OG brushes. Again, with like my e.l.f. brushes, these are the ones that I started using when I first started getting into makeup, and they've expanded their brushes so much. Now they have kabuki brushes and stippling brushes and all sorts of different eye brushes, face brushes. I mean, it's like endless. So, but these are just some eye brushes. Again, just your normal shader brushes for the lid. In my opinion, you can't have too many of these. This I love to use when I've gone over my lid with my primer or concealer, and I just like to put a powder down that's my skin tone before I start putting colors on, because it just blends so much nicer. So a big wide brush like this, you just dip a few times and you're good to go. So I had to mention EcoTools. They're priced really well, and you can find these everywhere. Rite Aid, CVS, Walmart, I mean, just all over the place. I also recently noticed at Walmart this brand Labii. And they had a large array of brushes as well. They were, I don't want to say they were expensive. They were inexpensive, but more expensive than, say, the e.l.f. brushes. So I just wanted to get an idea of the quality, so I just got this tapered brush, and I love it because it's one of those tapered brush that has a little bit of a point at the end. So it's really nice to get like in that crease if you're trying to do a cut crease sort of thing, and blend out. They're really dense and soft. I would recommend these Labii brushes. I want to mention these too, because these I found at my local Rite Aid, and I always just want to try things out. You know, if you see something, a lot of times they're duds and you waste a little bit of money, or you can return something, but these I find at Rite Aid and I use them quite often. The crease brush, again, you can never have too many packing brushes and crease brushes, because there's big crease brushes, little crease brushes, and everybody's eyes are different shapes, big, small. So just find the right brush for you. I got this at Rite Aid. I know it was very inexpensive. I can't say the exact price, but I got this little smudger brush at Rite Aid as well. You can see the Rite Aid renewal right there on the ferrule. And this is great for just smudging things out under your eye. These were wonderful brushes, and I got them for a really inexpensive price. Keep an eye out at your local drugstore for brushes that you think look up to par. I found brushes at CVS as well. They're not as dense as these, but I keep them in my travel bag if I need to do touch-ups, or my mascara hit my brow bone and I just gotta, you know, brush it out of the way. Don't discount drugstore brushes. They can be wonderful. Next, I want to talk about Up and Up. I only have this one to show you. I know I have more. I can't find them, but this is their blush brush. And you can find Up and Up brushes at Target. Emily Noel 83 originally talked about these and raved about them, and she's right. They're very dense brushes and they're very inexpensive. I love this one for blush. Just check them out. They have all different kinds. Eye brushes, really a nice collection of brushes for cream contouring. They have the really small, you know, chiseling out your nose, or that really sharp contour that you want to get, but it's more of a bristle that you would use with a cream product. So check out Up and Up at Target if you haven't already. Also at Target, Sonia Kashuk. She has some great brushes. Some are very inexpensive, some are very expensive in my opinion. I think these fell in like the mid-range. This foundation brush is so dense and so soft, and it just rubs your foundation in so seamlessly. I've loved this brush for years. It doesn't say what the name of it is, it's just Sonia Kashuk, but it's a rounded top buffer brush. Love it so much, and it's a great size too. It's bigger than, for example, the Real Techniques brush. I don't know the prices of these things off the top of my head, but this is a great brush to try. Also, I brought this brush because I was just so intrigued by its shape. It's the number 205 from Sonia Kashuk, and if you can just see, it's pointed, but it's a stipple brush. So you have that long end there, and then you come around and it's got that short end. So it's really great, again, if you want to get that sort of cut crease look. Love this brush. I can't remember the price, but Sonia Kashuk is sold exclusively at Target. I would recommend you check out her brushes and see which ones you're drawn to. Or if you know of some really great ones that you've tried, leave it in the comments down below for all of us. Okay, lastly, I'm going to talk about randomly the Icing. So the Icing has some pretty cool brushes. Their makeup I've tried and I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but even the girl that was working there at the store, she said a lot of people come in here just for our brushes. So this, I just love looking at this brush. I mean, it is humongous, so dense, and it's so soft. It feels so good on your face. I love this for when all my makeup's done. I tend to be pretty heavy-handed, so at the end I always go in with a buffer or stippling brush and just blend it out. Blend it out, blend it out, blend, blend, blend. You know the rules. Blend till your fingers bleed. I just love this, and I got this years ago. I could never tell you the price, but it works really well. This one I love. So this is by the Icing again. I don't know if you can even see that, it's rubbed off, but they call it the Duo Smoky Brush. I don't know if you can see that either, but I think this was intended to line your eyes with this flat end and then sort of blend it out to get that smoky look. What I love to do with this brush is contour my nose. So whether it's cream or powder, I take this flat angled end, and it's so good for getting up the corner of your nose and just going all the way down on either side. Then you use this buffer side and just buff it out, and it buffs out so seamlessly. This works like a dream. I don't even know if they still make this brush, but the Icing is a great place that you can find some bomb ass brushes, girl. Okay, so that's it. Those are my inexpensive drugstore brushes that I would recommend for you. Please let me know if you've tried any of them, or if there's a brush I'm missing that I need in my life. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Please look for me on Instagram, Facebook, and find me on Snapchat. My cousin finally taught me how to use Snapchat, and I'm addicted, but I don't have enough friends. Please friend me on Snapchat, Beauty from A to Z. I would love it if you added me. I will add you right back. And happy holidays, happy Hanukkah right now if you're celebrating, and Christmas is going to be here. Oh my God, it's stressing me out already. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all, and until next time, I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye guys.